Hey folks, welcome back to the Good Life Outdoors. In previous videos you may have seen me upgrading my 2018 Ford F150. I've done a suspension lift, added larger tires, a bed cover, and more, and I think it looks pretty good. Now I've added another item to make it look really awesome. Let me show you how I did that right now. A rep from Valenti, which is a Japanese manufacturer of high-end LED taillights, reached out to me after seeing some of my F-150 videos and asked if I would like to test out their new product for the F-150. Now I didn't think the old taillights on my F-150 looked all that bad, but hey, an upgrade's an upgrade and these things look pretty cool, so I thought I'd give them a try. Valenti shipped me the taillights directly from Japan and they got here in just a few days. I really appreciate Valenti reaching out to me to test out their product. I wasn't terribly familiar with the brand, so I looked them up and saw that they've been making these high-end taillights for Toyota and Subaru and other import brands for quite some time. The price point for the Valenti F150 taillights is nearly $800, so I'm going to expect these to be pretty high quality. Now I'll work on getting this all unboxed. I'm going to show you how to install the taillights on the F150. I'm going to show you some of the different functions of the lights, and then I'll give you my thoughts on them overall. First thing I notice opening the box, ooh, a sticker, is that everything is really well packaged. Each piece fits nice and snugly in its cutout, and the foam they're using is nice and high quality. It's as to be expected for something at this price point. Other than the two taillights, this kit comes with adapters that you may need to use depending on the year and model of your truck, as well as plenty of wiring to hook up all the functionality. Picking these up for the first time, the quality is really apparent. There's a nice weight to them, the plastic is nice and glossy, and everything just feels quality. It's got a nice modern look, and I'm really curious to see how these look once installed on the truck. Now the instructions are in English. They're well written, easy to follow. This should be a fairly simple installation. There's some functionality that may take a little bit more effort, but we'll get to that later. Now before we start the installation, let's take a look at the wiring. You have your main plug that plugs into either the adapter harness or directly into the truck. These green tipped wires, or if you want to have the blinkers just blink as opposed to be the sequential blinkers, if you want them just to blink, you put this wire together. If you want them sequential, you leave them open. And the red and yellow wire is for the open and close sequence, which, while pretty cool, doesn't really work with how I use my truck and is pretty involved with wiring. So at this time, I'm just not going to hook that up. We'll start off by removing the old taillights. This requires an 8mm socket. It's all you need. We'll remove the two bolts holding the taillight in place. And then we'll just simply unsnap the taillight from the housing in the bed of the truck. From there, you'll unplug the harness and the taillight is free. And now we'll get the Valenti taillight in place. In my situation with my 2018 F-150 that has the halogen taillights, it was a direct plug and play. I didn't need one of the extra harnesses that Valenti provided. The plug from the truck just simply fit with the plug on the taillight. They do provide two different other kinds of harnesses depending on your application, but in my case, it hooked right up. You'll want to make sure you're taking the time to line up every tab that holds this taillight in place. Once they are all aligned, it snaps right into place. I'll go open the door to see if it turns on and make sure everything's working. Yep, and that looks pretty awesome. Compare that with the old taillight, and I do think we have a pretty good upgrade here. While I've got one of each of the taillights uninstalled, I can give them a quick comparison. The OEM model is a lot lighter than the Valenti, both in color and weight. Seeing these side by side, I'm definitely liking the high-end look of these Valentis. Before I install this taillight, I'm going to plug in the wire that cancels out the directional flow sequence of the blinker. That way I can show you the difference between the two functions. Now we'll see what these things look like in action. This is the driver's side with just the blinking blinker. And here's the other side with the sequential flow blinking. I think this looks so much better and definitely gives that upgraded look to the truck. We'll take a look at the stock taillights to compare them to the new Valentis. Do keep in mind I did upgrade the reverse light to a LED spotlight, so it does look a little different than stock. I'm liking the look of these new LEDs. The lines are crisp and clear, and definitely an upgrade over stock. I'll show the difference in coverage and brightness between the stock halogen taillights and the Valenti LED taillights. Now I'll remind you that the reverse light that you'll see here is an upgraded LED spotlight, so it's much brighter than stock. The Valenti LEDs give a nice wide red coverage that's much brighter than stock. The reverse light on this is a little bit more focused than my upgraded spotlight, but still gives excellent rear visibility. So there you have it. These are some really nice high-end LED taillights for my F-150. I think they look pretty awesome. I really want to thank Valenti for reaching out to me and letting me try their new product. I'm really pleased with them, and I will definitely keep these on my truck because I really like the way they look. So thank you so much, Valenti, for reaching out. I'm going to link to this product down below. Feel free to reach out in the comments if you have any questions about them. Really appreciate you following along. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when I post new videos. I appreciate each and every one of you who are watching today. Y'all get out there and live the good life. Thanks a lot.